I'm starting at a fairly well-known Hohokam site this morning. It's a famous one, well, famous amongst archaeologists at least, and those of us who try to read about the stuff, in that it was built on terraces on the side of this big hill. It goes up quite a ways. It's interesting here at the bottom, the terraces are quite obvious. You can see in front of me there's a big sort of a slope with a flat thing on top of it. I'm sort of on a flat area here, and this looks like a sort of a room perimeter here in rock. I don't know that all of this is the original here, because I know it gets a little sparser as we go up. I believe this site dates from something like 1100 to 1300. It's another nice terrace that have been useful for ancient people. Some clear terracing here, cleared and terraced. Sort of slowly making my way up the hill, looking to see what I can see. It's a lot of disturbed rock. Again, another platform here, or looks like the end of a terrace. Maybe continues up there. There is some pottery here. That's just a tiny piece. Tiny pieces here. Well, and as I look up, I see a petroglyph, but it's a pretty sparse one. It's a spiral on this larger rock. Well, there's been a bit of digging done here. This wall has been exposed. Get a little closer. My understanding, this place had a fair amount of study and some excavation done in the 80s. And there's even one room that was dug out in the 20s. One of the U of A professors took his class up as a learning experience. We'll see if we find that one. And just notice here at my feet a very faint spiral. Pretty nicely made, but it's not very bright these days. That's a little bit better. It's a pretty thick piece. Another clear room perimeter here. This one quite round. Looks like some circles, again faint. Another one. And here's a pottery concentration. Really the first one of these I've noticed. I think this is the one that was dug out in the 20s, and looks to me like it's been restacked a little bit here, but there are pictures of it, what it looked like after they dug it out, and there's pictures of what it would look like in the 80s when they came again, and maybe I'll be able to put up a comparison of the way it looks now, at least looking at this far wall. I think it survived almost exactly the same. Well, that's a nice wall. Single course, but big rocks. It's got another one on this side. There's a big wall over here too. We're on top of it. Again, walking on the flat, walking on a terrace. But somebody was living just below this terrace. Someone has placed a biggish sherd here. We say sherd for these. It's a nice example of an ocotillo coming out in bloom with the, normally they're just bare sticks with thorns on them. But then with a little bit of water, they'll pop out green leaves and those pretty orange flowers on the end. I just looked to my side and there's this one. And this is the one I remember from up here. It's by far the best one. What a beautiful spiral. That one's a beauty. All right, now at the bottom of the hill, heading to a petroglyph site I found 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, but I seem to recall these rock alignments here. I think they may possibly were used for check dams, meaning they could slow down water runoff and be used for agriculture. A lot of rocks. I'm traversing along above this wash, looking at rocks, and I noticed this little cleared area with a little bit of a wall in front. This may have been a hiding spot or hunting blind. Man-made. There's a little petroglyph, sort of a lizard man type. Well, I just noticed this little one, and then a little bit better one right over here. Yeah, this is a nice one. I think I remember this one. It's a very nice lizard man. It's like 3 hikes in a row I've lost my hat, blown off. Wind is coming up. This is a pretty nice site. Oh, look at all those animals. I would imagine they should be bighorn, although some of the antlers look like they could be deer or elk. This one's got some structure to its belly. I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be pregnant. This is the view of the site from below. You see there's quite a few of these ungulates, bighorns, some with structure in their bodies or big bodies, and topped off by a very nice spiral. Actually, there's a fellow gardener over there. We'll get a picture of him in a minute. Here's the guard over here. You can see where he is relative to the rest. Got a smaller spiral over here. There's another one over there. I don't think I remember that one. Not a bad spiral. A little wider than the rock is. Well, look at that one. Got a little one over there. This guy, he's missed his head, but he looks pretty cool. Yeah, too bad the rock's broken off. He had rays coming from his head, it looks like. Here's the lizard man next to that guy. That's also an interesting one up there. I don't think I'll get any closer than this though. How about that? There's a little bighorn right here at the bottom. And also one on the other side. Nice. And another one I wasn't expecting down low. Looks like there's quite a few. I'm gonna have to take the picture. Humans and an animal. Well, I guess I forgot about these. This is a pretty significant bunch right here. Lizard man down there. And you come up here, there's more. We need to step back to get a picture. Sort of an X with serifs. That's just about a circle.